on. It's been a while, hasn't it? I will bless you guys. You guys have been in my thoughts, even if I haven't been active on the channel. Um, I just really haven't. There's been a lot that's been coming, a lot that I've been being shown and that, but there hasn't been any like real thing that I could say that would make any sense. So I'm not like other people where I'll just come on and just blah 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 blah. I only bring stuff either that I feel the Father is telling me to say, or to um, like if I feel pressed in my spirit heavy about something, then I'll come on. So this is one of those times. I'm sure that a lot of you have been really going through it a lot in your personal life, which is actually on par. Like, everybody is having a hard time with one thing or another right now. Um, Father's doing a major cleanup work in us, and this is, something that I've been saying for a while. The adversary doing what he's doing to advance himself and his agenda, so that's just pretty much par for the course. We know that these things are occurring. I don't know if you guys remember, there was a word given by Father back, I don't know, a couple years ago, I think it was, where he was talking about, and our beautiful sister Lisa actually read that on her channel too. But I was talking about that there was judgment coming to America, and that, we're going to get attacked over here, that, Father's going to let it happen because of this nation being so stiff-necked and rebellious against him. He also had said that, we would go into captivity in that word. And then I think I remember bringing up about the dream of the nuclear missile coming in, and that there was evidence that we had already been attacked, and bombs and stuff had already dropped on us. And that's Brother Don was in that dream, and I remember that nuclear missile coming in. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to talk about right now, because I've also been watching. I had seen a vision. I haven't released this until now. There's others that I've talked to about it that knows me in my personal life. But about 5 weeks ago, I saw a vision. I was wide awake. I wasn't even in prayer. It just all of a sudden, poof, there it was. And what I saw was me hovering over the ocean that's on the west coast. And I seen this white line of water, midpoint. And it was so massive, because that's a crest over wave. It was so massive and so big that it went all the way up as far as I could. Excuse me. It's like after midnight here. That's something else. I haven't been getting much sleep lately either. But it stretched as far in front of me as the eye could see. And remember, I'm, hovering up above it at a pretty good height. And then from behind me, as far as the eye could see. And it had come to me that this wave is big enough to overtop Guam and overtop Hawaii on its way to the west coast of America, Panama, as well as South America. On the backside of the wave, it hit the other continents that's over on the other side toward Japan. And I was perplexed. I was thinking, and of course, after seeing something like that and understanding the brevity of it, you guys, I was nauseous for like a day and a half after that. Whew, excuse me, pardon me. And because the underwater turbulence is going to be so severe on that it will even kill marine life too. So I was perplexed and wondering about what in the world would cause something like that. A land displacement, a meteor, what? You know. So I just kind of was trying to figure that out. However, right after I had seen this vision about 5 or 6 weeks ago, like within a week, I had started seeing, and it was on like Associated Press, the New York Times, various other news agencies where they were talking about a mega tsunami. And to me that was just confirmation about that. Excuse me, you guys. You know what? I could be like non-knock tired. As soon as I lay down, I'm wide awake. It's ridiculous what's going on with me right now. But and so with this wave now in 2011, when that big quake hit over there off the coast of the eastern part of Japan, the subsequent tsunami was it ended up being bigger in one part than they figured that it would. That and they couldn't understand that, and like so many it went way up higher than so many people died, and houses got washed away and all that, you know. And so what they were saying was that there was a thing called a silent tsunami. There's a reason I'm bringing this up, you guys, okay? So bear with me. There was what was called a silent tsunami that happened along with the primary tsunami. And it was caused by an underwater land shift where it landslide, I guess, where it came down, which displaced the water and made it go higher. So, I'm thinking on this, and I'm like, okay, because, the Ruach sent me to watch that video for some reason. It was on YouTube. And it was devastating that it was horrible to watch that happen to those people. But, and then there was also, the Ruach brought to my remembrance something I learned about years ago about this orphan wave that hit Japan, triggered by the Cascadia subduction zone over here. They went back and they traced through, the geologists and that. They traced back into some of the old writings that the Japanese, the records, they wrote things down. And they talked about this out of nowhere, this massive tsunami that hit them, and they called it an orphan wave. Well, the date of that orphan wave and the date of what happened when our Cascadia subduction zone went off the last time absolutely match. Now, there's a reason I'm bringing this up. God forbid we get a twin event. This isn't Father, thus saith the Adonai or nothing like that. This is just Sister Tracy talking to you, trying to figure out the source of this wave. You guys, this wave is. Do you understand how big a wave has to be to overtop the Hawaiian Islands, like way overtop it to where there's no land showing? That's massive, huge. And then the turbulence underneath, tearing up the seafloor and killing off whales and dolphins and all that along the way too. This is this was massive, and when I saw that vision, you guys, I heard the water hissing. Like anybody that lives by the ocean or does surfing, probably you understand that bubbly hiss sound. And I'm way above it, so I heard this. If Because they're experiencing, they've got a massive mega tsunami warning going on over there at Japan right now. The same thing has been issued for us over here, okay, because of a quake. The activity has really picked up over there in Japan. The West Coast is doing what the West Coast normally does. However, the locations of where that kind of thing is going off, that's bothering me, because the Parkfield section is the convergence point where the San Andreas and the other faults, I guess, come together. So it's been kind of going off. And then we've got stuff going off up in Northern California, especially the slow slip tremor reports. There's a lot of activity going on there, and I mean just little jiggles, okay? But that shows movement. If we get a twin event, if the Cascadia goes off and that mega quake, mega tsunami goes off at Japan, if those trigger tsunamis, they're going to meet midpoint in the ocean. Now, you can do this experiment in your sink or your bathtub. Okay, you can push water together kind of quickly, and you'll see that it will go up and then it'll come back down. And it happens just like that. So then here we go. We have, with regard to that other unexpected ingredient in that tsunami, this is also like leading into my thinking process. The two of those meeting midpoint, and then the back wave from that, you guys, that's that would definitely cause what I was shown in the vision. Which on either side, of course, is a land displacement, a land movement, because that's what quakes and tectonics do. That's plates moving around. But that's really got me disturbed, you guys, and so you might, I had issued a call to prayer about this, about what's happening over in Japan, or getting ready to. mega quake and a mega tsunami over there. They've already had a 9.1, 9.2 over there. So if they're expecting something bigger, that's not going to be a good scenario. So I wanted to come on and kind of talk to you about that because, and then also the touching on confirmation of the things that I saw in my dream. If you guys go over to Brother Martin's channel, Martyn, and look at his 2-part video of I think it's Midnight Hammer, I think is what it is. Those codes absolutely confirm everything that the Father has been saying, the prophetic words that he's been giving, the dreams that he's been giving to people. And so, that right there, I wanted to tell you to go and watch that so that you can know how to pray accordingly. It's going to happen, but we can also pray that Abba is merciful on people because his judgments have started. Remember the 4 severe judgments word that he gave this time last year? And the start of that was the quake that happened over, I want to say, by Cuba. Okay, it was originally an 8.1 quake. And when I'd asked Father, how will we know when the judgments have begun? He said, when you see a great quake, that will tell you that my judgments have begun. 8.0 is considered to be a great quake. Of course, the USGS, they immediately started minimizing it and took it down below that. And of course, I have my thoughts on that, but I'll be quiet because I don't want to get a strike on the channel. But um, so we know that these judgments have started. And you guys, over in the UK, they're having heat waves like what we get. Out here in Arizona, it's already been baking hot. It's already been hotter. The sun, evening sun, stinging your skin, not temperature wise, but stinging, like painfully so, to where you want to draw back, but you can't because you're out in the sun. There's things happening, you guys, things that really, really show us that we're in the end of the age. So I wanted to talk to you about these things tonight because it just seemed like I needed to say, okay, all these things that we've been talking about, we're getting confirmation of, and then also to sound the alarm on that vision with that tsunami. And let me tell you something, if we get hit like what I'm thinking we're going to get hit, it's going to come ashore like a big, big wave. So, and I've seen that in dreams. So, you guys, please make sure of your foundations. Make sure that you're praying. Make sure that you're spiritually preparing yourself because, you guys, the things that's going to come, like when Father's talking about us being taken into captivity or people being taken into captivity here, I mean, his remnant will be protected, but we got to be real sharp and finely tuned to hear what he says to us to do. But these things, it's just not good, you guys. The wall, watchman on the wall duty. Okay, the wall has been a very busy place for several months now, and you guys also pray for President Trump that he does not absolutely does not sign any kind of a two-state solution over there in Israel, because I'm going to tell you something. He divide, he's, if he participates in dividing that land over there, Abba's gonna he's gonna split this land. And I've been saying that for years and years, and so pray, pray for the president, pray for the vice president, pray for all the leaders worldwide, that they do the Father's will, okay, and that they come to redemption and salvation also, because they need our prayer coverage. So I don't know what else to say. Just stay sober, stay alert, and watch the signals, watch the warnings, watch what's going on, because you guys, another thing too, like I had said before, about the riots, and that that they were doing summonings, that it was a ritual. They've still been doing those, and they're planning on doing some more. So it's like, what, we just got to be paying attention and watch what they're conjuring, so that we know how to approach Father, for him to put the kibosh on things. But at any rate, you guys, that's all I have to say. And so, blessings to all of you guys, all my brothers and sisters. I've been missing you guys and thinking of you, and still having a lot of technical difficulties too, by the way. So, anyway, just say prayers for me, and I'm going to be praying for you guys. And, you know, let me encourage you though, okay, for the things that we see happening, as scary or heavy as they might be, you guys try to remember that each event, each thing that happens, tells us we're that much closer of being with Yeshua, so we can be encouraged in that, and we can encourage one another in that, okay? So, anyway, you guys, just go to prayer about these things. I'm going to be going to prayer, and I'm considering doing some live fellowship on Instagram too, um, because while things are going on with the computer, I won't touch it. I won't have anything to do with it. That freaked me out, somebody taking over my computer the way they did. So, Instagram is the only other place where we could meet. Financials have forced me to cancel the Zoom account because of that being almost $20 a month subscription. And so the only other free platform we have is Instagram. So if you guys want to have, live prayer meetings, or live um, fellowship, or Q&As, or anything like that, just, put a comment on there and let me know. Because on Instagram, I can actually pull you guys, whoever wants to come in and join me on screen can do that. It's a really easy platform to operate. So anyway, that's it, everyone. Okay, so y'all be blessed, all right? And I love you very much. And you guys are in my heart, okay? I've been thinking about y'all and being concerned for you. So, that's it, okay? Love you much, all right? Abba bless and keep you, and keep you nestled in the palm of his hand, close to his heart, okay? Till next time. Bye bye.